Hail and well met, MechWarriors! Continuing on the Wolf campaign, Blade Splint. A unique mission that stands out in many people's minds. Incoming coded message, Kurultai instructions follows. Decode Fang Protocol, Galaxy Alpha 327th, 3rd, disseminated by need only. Intelligence suspects the Falcon's 10th Provisional Garrison, anticipating our attack, has moved their headquarters to a hidden site within the city of Selene, near the Nalon spaceport. If the 10th's HQ was indeed moved to the area, they will most likely have modified the city's normal plasma power converter to handle cryoplasma. Codename Blade Splint, planet Zodomir. Terrain sparse urban, time dusk. You are to enter the area, follow the nav sequence through the structures, and look for the city's power converter, recognizable by a bright plasma flow. Inspect it to see if it has been modified for cryoplasma conversion. If it has, destroy it. Objectives primary: inspect the power converter for cryoplasmic conversion. Destroy the power converter after inspection. Dust off site nav delta. We are going to be facing quite a few mechs in this mission. This is a mission that ramps up the difficulty quite quickly, so we have to be on our toes when we are attacking. Let's look at the situation. The Crusaders may be your philosophical kin, but they are not wolves. You hate the Inner Sphere because of our teachings. We are told that they are below us, yet on every front they have adapted and are now a match for most of the clans. Perhaps before we assault them again, we should study their ways of war, lest we run the risk of being defeated just as the Falcons, your philosophical leaders, were. Star Colonel Ulrich Kerensky, addressing the 11th Wolf Regulars before the drop to Zodomir. Strong words. Bravo Star is encountering resistance along its western flank, Star Captain. Vlad scanned his Timberwolves tactical display and smiled grimly. Like the cowards they were, the Stravag Jade Falcons were disappearing into the narrow alleys between the warehouses near Nalon Spaceport. Apparently they believed a few flimsy buildings would protect them from the wrath of the Wolf. Vlad and his unit intended to teach them otherwise. As if to prove his point, Vlad lined up his sights on a fleeing Jade Falcon mech and fired his pulse laser into the back of the machine, just as it reached the dubious shelter of a large warehouse. The enemy mech shuddered and collapsed, bringing down the building's walls. A huge fireball erupted into the air as the explosion of the dying mech set off the building's highly combustible contents. Vlad's smile disappeared. Cursing, he turned his Timberwolf toward the enemy and barked out orders over his comlink. Recon enforced to coordinates 0079A. Engage all Falcon units, but do not pursue the enemy into the warehouses. I repeat, do not pursue. If they want us dead, my wolves, they will have to come and get us. Sounds like they're leading us into a trap, like a highly explosive trap of explosive warehouses. Situation. On September 30th, 3057, Star Colonel Ulrich Kerensky led his newly created Tau Galaxy in an assault on the Jade Falcon planet of Zodomir. All of the young and impressionable warriors in Tau Galaxy were Crusaders by inclination, but they were also wolves by blood, and were therefore bound by clan honor and tradition to follow their former Ilkhan in a fight to the death against their fellow Crusaders in Clan Jade Falcon. Star Captain Vladimir, a prominent Crusader chosen as Ulrich's second-in-command, challenged the legitimacy of Ulrich's orders along with many other young wolves, but to no avail. Ulrich had acted within his rights as a Star Colonel in placing the Wolf Crusaders under his command and transferring warriors with Warden sympathies to the command of Sakon Felon Ward. By setting Crusader against Crusader, Ulrich hoped to cripple not only the Jade Falcon enemy, but the entire Crusader movement within the clans. And here we see some of the political maneuvering that Ulrich Kerensky would be famous for. Ulrich chose his first target well. A week before the beginning of the trial of refusal, he had discovered that the Falcons were converting one of Zodomir's orbital chemical engineering facilities into a small factory for dropship parts. An orbital repair facility so close to the truce line would allow the Falcons to attack deep inside the inner sphere without being hamstrung by a long wait for replacement dropship parts from the clan homeworlds. The Falcons' 10th Provisional Garrison, assigned to defend the factory against inner sphere raiding parties, had stationed the bulk of its forces near the Nylon spaceport in the seaside city of Selene. A single star of mechs and 2 aerospace stars remained to defend the orbital facility. Ulrich planned a strategy that would allow him to destroy both the facility and the 10th Garrison Cluster. Before opening the bidding for the Zodomir assault, Ulrich ordered Star Commodore Radek to issue a batchall to the forces defending the orbital facility once the Wolf forces bid to attack the planet itself were engaged in battle. With the bulk of the Falcon forces fighting the Wolves, the troops defending the orbital facility would be left without reinforcements and would prove easy pickings for Radek's warriors. Very cunning. Okay. Let's go to our mech lab.
Jenner.
They recommend a Jenner, but there's no way that we're going to be able to survive in a mission like this. We're going to be facing a lot of Jade Falcon forces. The idea that the Keshik wants to inspire in you is to make a quick strike in, identify the cryoplasma converter thingamajig, and then run away. And we're not going to do that because we have to shoot a lot of guys. So the Jenner is a very fast mech. Its primary configuration has exclusively ammunition-based weapons. This would not be a problem in the board game, but in this kind of game, it's where the battles tend to last longer. It's a disadvantage. And what 2C means is that the Jenner is an inner sphere mech. So this is the second iteration of it, and the C means clan. So Jenner, second iteration clan. So, but we're not going to use the Jenner. Since we have 75 tons to play with, we're going to go right to the Timberwolf. Let's take a look at the various configurations we have. This one's a pretty good configuration. 2 PPCs, pulse lasers, and a streak SRM. This one's a little strange with Gauss rifle and SRMs. Large lasers and small lasers. I like this one, the ER PPCs and streak SRMs. This is a useful configuration. So let's take this configuration. And I believe that we are allowed an additional star mate, so we'll call him, wow. What's a good wolf name? Jeez. I guess Ward. Ward would be too obvious, maybe. We'll not have him in a Jenner, though. Let's have him in...
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog? No.
Hellbringer. Rifleman.
Rifleman, eh?
Summoner. Timberwolf.
No, we'll go with the Timberwolf. This is a good configuration. This is an unusual configuration. I don't believe this is a one that was listed in the 3050 technical readout, but this is a good configuration too. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. You can change your formation in here. Line to breast, line to stern, V-form, wedge. I usually use line of breast so that I know where my mechs are to my shoulder. Okay. We are going to be doing some urban fighting, so there's going to be a lot of buildings that are going to be in our way. Let's go.